episode 52 of the Sports U Show. Sports U podcast is here. You already know. R2D2 screaming in the back. He's ready for episode 52. Gifting.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for it, brother?
Of course, man. When aren't I?
We are the Sports U podcast. You have Big Gift right here.
As of now, it is called Gift Gritty. I am calling myself Gift Gritty.
The gritty of the gifts.
We got to change that, too.
And then we also got Rob on the mic here, your host of the show. And, of course, host, co-host. I don't even know what to call each other, right? We got to figure that part out. We don't got job titles here.
Owners.
We just, how do you call it? We just fucking free flow. Make sure it works.
We are entrepreneurs.
Give you
what you need
to succeed.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Bring our arguments into your home arguments. Tell your friends. Let your aunts and uncles know about us.
Definitely.
That we curse and we make y'all smile when it comes to sports.
And I'm obnoxious as fuck.
We read you the sports news and you listen to our stupid ass opinions.
Because who doesn't like listening to stupid ass opinions when you're drinking a Sporty?
And talking about sports.
My
Cheers,
guy.
brother.
Cheers.
Episode 52. Let's get it started. So we actually, set up this script all the time. It's always a day-by-day type of thing. So I actually had a couple of things that I wanted to bring up. They're a little bit outdated, but also not necessarily because they're still relevant to this day.
Hey, don't give them the sauce, G.
I'm just trying to help out and be like, oh, they're talking about 2 games ago. Well, it's still relevant to the actual argument. Now,
Sports U, bitch.
The Celtics and the Nets series just ended right now. Gift, and what happened?
Man, when James Harden is going for 34, 10, and 10, and it's crazy because you had a problem with it in Houston, but you're still into Brooklyn and did the same thing. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. When James Harden is playing like that, and you can kind of put KD in the backseat, who the fuck is gonna stop them, bro? Seriously.
If KD's ever in the backseat, your team's already OP. This is series. It's over now, 4-1. It's kind of just entails the whole Celtics season throughout the entire season. Injuries, the lack of coaching, the lack of depth,
the lack of the front office.
Heart,
being real.
Evan Fournier was not a good pickup. I mean, there's so much that kind of just went wrong.
Boston is a racist city.
Let's not get all on that. I mean, they're stepping on leprechauns and shit. Nah, but overall, I was really disappointed in just the you're playing the Nets.
Yeah.
Who have Kyrie Irving,
right? And
you replace Kyrie Irving with Kemba Walker, and he's posting 3 of 14 shooting in a victory with 6 points, 0 of 7 from 3, 2 mid-ranges, 5 turnovers, and that's in a win, right? Off of Jason Tatum's tail. Like, you got to be kidding me when you're getting paid basically like max dollars. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they max this guy. He's on the Celtics. You gotta max this guy out, right? You're supposed to be this person that really just puts them over the edge or be compared to Kyrie Irving as the replacement. And look what's happening. You're smiling no matter what. He misses a layup, he smiles. He misses a 3, he smiles. There's this thing on Reddit where all of his family's getting killed and he's still smiling because that's what's just in stressful situations. That's what Kemba Walker does. It doesn't seem like he cares as much, in my opinion, as well. I don't know. I really hope that he's healthy. But overall, it's kind of like you don't hope that he's healthy because these performances have no excuse.
They really don't.
Especially in the playoffs. You're facing the team that has the guy that you're supposed to replace. Don't you want to show out?
Yeah, that's the wrong guy to replace it with, though, because, I mean, you already had one transcending point guard and you get a shorter, not really contributing point guard like that.
I'm sure they would have liked
to try and replace Kyrie.
I'm sure they would have liked to keep Kyrie, but they weren't able to. They lost him for nothing. The same way with Gordon Hayward too. If I'm a Celtics fan, this season just went to shit.
Yeah, I'll be mad about that Gordon Hayward trade, bro.
It's just so bad for the Celtics.
I'll be mad as fuck about that Gordon Hayward situation.
Let's get on to the next one here. We talked about them for a cool minute. It's just we can actually get into a deeper dive. Maybe that could be an extra thing that we put on our YouTube channel, where we actually talk about the Celtics, maybe even the Heat too, and we can do both of those because we're gonna speak about them soon.
Because y'all got waxed,
but fuck, man, I told you too. I already knew.
I
knew we were gonna make the playoffs.
Hey,
but
I know I'm an idiot because I said they was gonna win. But anyway, what's up next?
Mavericks center Kristaps Porzingis finishes with 9 points in a Dallas 118-108 loss to the Clippers in Game 3. We all know that they got pretty much blown out. They started coming back in the end, but of course everybody knows that's garbage time. The Clippers have tied it up to the last podcast. Gifton had to really own up to everything and said, I made the wrong choice. I have to own up. Damn, I said that. 2.0, the reverse Gifton flip-flopping.
Hey, kids, let this be a valuable lesson. Go with your gut the first time.
How about, don't call them the strippers no more. Don't call them like the Clippers. Call them the fucking like flippers. Because they can flip that shit right back on.
They are the strippers until further notice.
They're up 3-1. They flip on you, and they're going to lose that series. They're down 2-0. They're going to flip it on you, and they're going to win that series. You gave up on them. You're like, the Mavericks were the shit. The Mavericks were the shit in the last one.
Yeah, man.
Dog, I didn't give up on the Clippers, but I said it doesn't look good. And also, like, I'm not going to double down on them. That's what I said in the last podcast.
Right.
So what was the main ingredient to the Clippers wins, if you don't mind saying it, Gifted?
Hey, man, when you got Kawhi out there.
No. Come on.
Like, hey, man.
Pretending to
Kawhi.
No.
Yeah.
It's Rondo.
I mean, not the last game, no.
Not the last game.
No, not the last game, but yes, Rondo was a factor. But the last game was Kawhi. Straight Kawhi.
So
when he's bullying KP and Maxi Kleber and everybody else like that, just filleting to the basket with a little shrug off the shoulders, bro.
Okay.
Like, come on.
He put up 41. And they still lost. Don't you think that performance was better than the last performance, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not that Kawhi is the biggest difference maker, but if I watched the game, literally, I was with my girl and I was teaching her all that shit about like what is gonna happen and like what to look out for. And we were speaking about Rondo, and I was telling her how we look like stupid asses because we were down 0-2, and we picked them to come out the West, and we were like, Rondo, and he's not even playing them.
Right.
So now he's playing them, and guess what? He's
fucking delivering.
He is issuing the ball out oh, my goodness. We were right the whole time.
Yeah,
2-2 right now.
Idiot, man.
It is not going to go the other way. I believe in these Clippers. And here's the thing. Everybody continues to like have this false narrative where it's like, not necessarily false, but it's like, you can't believe in the Clippers. They don't even got their own home stadium. They don't even got fans. Like, you can't believe in them.
Hey, fuck our own stadium.
Look
at them.
I need to go against everything. I always got to feel like with your gut, with your brain, what you seen on paper, who they have, what you see on paper, what you seen on the court, and then what they even have on paper. Dog, Rondo is going to get better as the games go on. Go back to what we said about it. I'm telling you, dog. Rick Carlisle literally said that he's calling out plays. He's calling out plays. And so they're not trying to run plays. And guess what? They're starting to figure it out on the other side because Tyronn Lue's a good coach, because they have defensive IQs on the other side as well.
Right,
they're getting it.
That's another thing that I wanted to mention too. Is just the way that they, because Luka was already hurting before the game. He was already hurting last game. I guess he's having like some nerve issues or whatever. So I mean, they're just taking advantage of that by playing some really aggressive ass defense. So no matter who it is, if it's Kawhi, PG, Pat Beverly, they're always gonna pressure him on the wing regardless. And yeah, like they're really just taking advantage of it, honestly.
You know, we spoke a lot a long time ago. We spoke about the Mavericks. We told everybody about Jalen Brunson and what he meant to this squad.
Hey, hold on.
Let me finish it real quick.
Go.
We said that he was a 3-level scorer that literally developed into almost not necessarily elite. Don't get me wrong, can't
no,
bucket
not
all the time.
Elite,
but dude, it's like a Norman Powell type of situation.
Jalen Brunson,
he's that much of a difference, right?
And the composure he has. Taking those big shots on the 3-point line, just a simple like dribble pull up, fuck a set in the offense. You know what I'm saying? I got this. I'm putting like that's the shit that I love about Jalen Brunson.
Do you remember though what? And I agree with you. Do you remember though what we said is the key to this Mavericks offense? You know what I mean? Remember?
Hold on.
Come on, dog.
Hold on. I know it wasn't KP.
It's Tim Hardaway Jr.
You're right.
Whenever Tim Hardaway Jr. scores 20 points or more, these guys are basically like I think it's like over 85% that they win. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna get it from somebody else when it comes to Jalen or KP, and then of course you got Luka just being Luka, and no matter what type of defense you play against that man, he's going to go ahead and provide you with a triple-double basically on a nightly basis.
Mm-hmm.
So even with the nerve damage, I'm still going to take that. And at the same time, it's gonna be Tim Hardaway Jr. that's really going to have to set that tone. He's the one that hit that dagger in Game 2 as well. So you already can kind of feel that Tim Hardaway Jr., in my opinion, is going to be the biggest X factor. Like, if he's not going to have a good game, if he has less than 20 points, they're most likely not going to win that game unless everybody else goes off. And that's what's been happening with these Mavericks teams too. Clippers are number 1 in the regular season three-point shooting. The Mavericks are hitting over 50% of their three-pointers. Clippers are still hitting over 40%, but how can you match 50%? So
Right.
that's where they were shooting. They were getting lucky in the beginning. They're starting to level out, and the Clippers are starting to win. And plus, they put Rondo in. The Lakers and the Suns, though, I know I kind of went out of order here, but let's get into that.
Let's just get into it. Hey, yo, it is looking bad. It is looking real bad for the Lakers right now.
I'm telling you.
Oh, my God, bro.
The Lakers are down 3-2.
The Lakers.
3-2. And 2 starters put up donuts today.
Yeah, bro.
And
you can't have Dennis Smith. You can't have Dennis Schroeder not scoring.
Oh,
man.
Dennis the Menace, you mean?
I like that. I still fuck with Dennis the Menace, but you can't
do too.
be.
But what the fuck wrong with him, bro? You're too good. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying you're too good. I could have went in there, ran my ass down the court, get fouled somehow because I'm gonna be one of them. They got my arm.
Of course.
Ref.
You
got
gotta
my
get
arm right here.
Gotta get 1 point in the NBA.
And then guess what? I'm gonna make one of my 2 free throws because I'm gonna miss the first one, and then I'm gonna adjust and get the second one right there. So again, what I'm trying to say is a donut in a playoff game when you're trying to get a contract after this year. You turned down an extension already.
Yeah,
this is
nuts.
a big deal, especially in a series where it's a winner go home in the next game now against a higher seeded Suns team that just got a little bit more confidence.
Well, I mean, the Lakers always had their back against the wall coming towards like the end of playoffs because it's like you already had to make the play-in tournament. You won that successfully, but I mean, you did turn down an $80 million contract going into free agency, and now you're throwing up fucking donuts.
It's tough, and then
you throwing up donuts, and you want $100 million
in a playoff game.
In a fucking playoff game, yo.
And it's the Lakers. You have to produce, and things are emphasized. If it happened on another team, we're not really focusing on that. We're focusing on like the whole team. You know what I mean? But for the Lakers, every little thing is emphasized, and then the same thing. It kind of goes with like who's gonna take the fall. It's usually the support guys when you have LeBron James on your team. It's never really him because he's gonna get his numbers and make sure that he's not part of that downfall narrative.
He sure wasn't because bro got out of there with like 5 minutes left and it was down by like 22.
I mean, he put up 20 plus. But if you really think about it, like I think there was like 4 different players that went at least 1 of 4 from 3, and then LeBron went 60% from 3. So they just didn't show up. I don't know what's going on there. But it was just I'm really sad that Anthony Davis went down because that's some greatness shit that's happening with that Lakers squad, and they can do a lot when he's healthy. But man, it's tough.
Shout out Hefe because he called it a long time ago.
And what's that?
He said, "We know which one's gonna get hurt.
Oh,
it's the big one."
We said that last year too, though.
But look, it still carries true to this day, man.
Well, what we said beforehand was that we don't because we believe that the Lakers are a better squad than the Clippers, but because of the Lakers' health and their lack of not necessarily lack of chemistry, because they have chemistry, but just being with each other, adding Andre Drummond, taking out Marc Gasol, putting Marc Gasol at the end there. It's a little spotty situation, especially with Frank Vogel's coaching decisions there. I think they still got one up their sleeve. I think this may go 7. It has to now because I do have the Lakers
it has
coming
to
out.
At this point because there's no way LeBron is not prepared to take this slander if he loses his first round.
I mean,
LeBron is not prepared to take
the narrative goes for him though.
There goes his streak.
The
narrative goes for him, but there goes his streak. There goes his credibility. Here comes the fuckery. Everything.
A number 2 seeded Suns team, and it's really good, led by Chris Paul. even with the injury, like that shows some leadership against with all that rest of the squad that's being inspired by him. But let's get on to the next one. Enough about these Lakers. They're disappointing. Nobody wants to hear about them right now. But they do want to hear about another disappointing team. The Cowboys.
The goddamn Cowboys.
It was just recently said by the tight end of the Cowboys, Schultz, on Dak Prescott. He says the ball's coming out the same it was before the injury. Gifted.
Is that really a diss? Is that a diss, yes or no?
No, that's not a diss. Why would it be a diss? Because it's like the injury never happened.
Okay. Because I kind of took it as a diss. For some reason, I don't know why, I just took it as a diss.
Okay, well, I don't think he necessarily meant it as a diss. I mean, he's on his own team. I mean, he's on the same team. That's your quarterback. Right. That's my quarterback.
That don't mean nothing.
I'm about to cry.
Just because we're on the same team don't mean shit.
No, Schultz has got Dak Prescott's back if he wants to get some fucking targets on that team. Look at that receiving core, especially with Zeke Elliott on the other side there. Or excuse me, on the other side, being on the back there in the running back's position. But again, I do believe that the other what's the other guy's name? The other running back, Prescott.
The other running back.
Their other running back. I picked him to have a better year than Zeke Elliott.
I didn't know.
Tony something. I forget his name. But anyway, let's get back to this.
Sorry, Tony.
So, Dak Prescott, with his injury, do you expect the same? Do you expect more or less from Dak Prescott, first of all? He says and stuff that he's not yet 100%. But
at least, of course you're not going to be 100% from that shit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of his teammates believe that he can be back, like, fully healthy by June, it looks like. But
yeah,
from Schultz he says, from what I can tell, it looks like he picked up right where he, got injured.
Okay.
So he's back in the same type of situation there. So it doesn't seem like he's gonna have a better year than what he previously was trying to do. So overall, man, what are you expecting from this team, especially with Mike McCarthy kind of being on that hot seat, according to the Dallas article that we were talking about?
And that's the thing, man, because it's like, okay, cool. So Dak is, working his way back. Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat. Who the fuck knows? Jerry Jones is getting old. Goddamn, what's going on with Dallas? Ezekiel Elliott keeps wearing fucking crops. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always fucking something with Dallas, bro. But I mean, what I expect from Dak Prescott this year, honestly, I kind of expect the same thing. Nothing major. He's gonna have a couple of winning games. Definitely gonna throw over about 4,000 yards this year. Nothing crazy. I kind of
Tony
expect
Pollard.
the same. Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony.
I forget. I got his first name right. but I did pick him because he can run the fucking football. But anyway, yeah, no, I definitely agree with you.
You gotta expect like the same, right?
I would
nothing too big, nothing too low, like right in the middle.
I feel like they're gonna hand the ball off a lot. They got two pretty solid running backs. Man, I think it also depends on who they kind of pick up too. I feel like there's a little bit more time here. The season hasn't necessarily started. There's still Le'Veon Bell out there. I know 3 running backs isn't a simple thing, but I'm saying, like, if they're trying to run somebody, they try to run somebody. I was actually wanting him to go to the Bills because they just cleared up some space for Stephon Diggs, and we can talk about that a little bit later.
I'd love to see Le'Veon go to the Bills. That'd be dope.
That'd be a little nice. They already have receivers. I don't think they need another, another receiver or tight end or something like that.
I thought Le'Veon was a running back.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, they don't need, like, an extra, like, receiver. They, like, him coming out of the backfield being a receiver, for Josh Allen would be pretty cool.
Okay,
but
okay.
Back to the Cowboys. I really hope that Dak Prescott has a great year. He got paid. It's kind of like he's playing with house money right now. They're not really expected to do crazy much. But think about it, you're in the NFC East, and that division is pretty god awful. You got Daniel Jones who has to protect him. I mean, who has to like figure out himself. And we're gonna talk about
you
that
said
a little later.
Protect himself.
Well, yeah, that offensive line is pretty fucking bad. But then you have the Washington football team. They're starting to turn around.
You was about to say
I had it in my head, and then I was thinking it. I shouldn't say because I've done it multiple times on this. And then you also have the Eagles who they can't figure out their front office bullshit. So again,
that's
Jerry
a weird situation
Jones
over there.
Again doesn't have a good hold on their front office. So we got two on like disorganized franchises. You got the Washington Redskins who are up and coming.
God damn it!
And then
you were doing so good.
Oh shit!
You were doing so
the
good,
Washington
Sonny.
football team. Why the fuck did I still say it?
Because it's a force of habit, bro.
I'm sorry.
And then you always think that South Park episode.
Football team. South Park episode. The Washington football team, it's on the up and coming, and then you got, of course, the Giants. Daniel Jones, who again will be, you know, like I don't expect much from him. We'll talk about that later. So Dak Prescott, he's playing with house money, and there's always going to be somebody else to fall back on right now. And do I expect a lot from him? Kind of like what you're saying. He's going to have good numbers, but I don't think the team's going to pull through.
Yeah, no.
Not next year.
The team's not going to pull through. But, I mean, you know who else is going to pull through?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, when he said, and I quote, "It's on all of us to make the Giants' offense explosive."
Explosive.
And I got a fucking issue with that,
Hold up.
bro.
Explosive.
I got an issue with that, man.
Not just good, explosive, Gifton.
I got an issue with that.
And why
man.
do you got an issue?
Because you cannot hold everybody accountable and say it's on all of us when it's your job to produce the sugar.
Kind of pass the ball around.
It's your job to spread the sugar.
Get
even ways so everybody can get a little taste and everybody can work together. You can't be 60% at completion ratings and say it's all on us to make this offense explosive.
60% isn't great, but it's still
ass,
okay. It's
Robbie.
still okay.
It's ass.
Less than 60%
for New
is
York,
terrible.
it's ass.
I would say
for the Giants, that's ass.
I would say that
because what happened since Eli went down? Nothing.
Eli wasn't even doing that.
Eli. You know what Eli was doing? Getting fucking cracked, looking like, oh God, he just hit me.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
They've been bad for a while. They're
so you can't
the really long runs has never been about their offense.
So
it's been about their defense.
So you can't say it's on us to make this explosive
you
have when you have an ass completion rating.
No, I don't think it's just completion rating that's gonna take care of it.
He's ass. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not saying anything that he's not. I'm not saying that he's not ass. I'm saying that him saying. And that's why I kind of like wanted to bring it up that he has all these weapons. He has Kenny Galladay, Kyle Rudolph, John Ross, who gives a shit about John Ross.
Damn.
But come on, dude. Like, he's got this speedy shit. I've never even seen him catch a ball. Maybe one, and it was a home run, but fuck, he hasn't lived up to any of the hype when it comes to his speed. Sterling Shepard's very great. Evan Ingram, definitely nice. If he can catch a fucking football, that might be contributing to his damn completion rating being so low. And then you got Darius Slayton, who definitely can run some routes and produce in the slot. So hopefully Saquon Barkley can be, or Saquon Barkley can come back and be the same Barkley that we've seen, hopping over people, hurdling, squatting crazy amounts of weight. Basically, I want him to just be healthy and produce away. Give him some space. Give him some open space. Whenever you give him open space, he's able to provide.
Yeah.
All I really have to say though is like the combination of Daniel Jones not being a competent quarterback throughout this whole entire time. I'm telling you, I think we picked up a stat earlier this year where it's like 70% of his fucking wins are against the Washington football team. So and they were terrible.
That's
before
only
this.
the Washington football.
No,
team.
but I'm telling you, like every win, like he only wins against that team. No other team to do the Giants really beat that are actually significant.
Right, that's a fucking problem.
That's what I mean. That it's not going to be based on all of us because he has everybody. It's based off of him.
Thank you.
So okay, God damn it, get me flustered, bro, because you're pairing him with Jason Garrett, and look what he did with the Cowboys, and then you also have just head coach Judge hasn't been. He made the team better on the second half, and then they dropped off. They dropped off on the last second half. So the second half of the season, they started picking it up, and then they crashed at the end.
Because I mean, they finished 6 for 10, so it's like
But they were being like good, like generally like good coached, like
towards the end,
and then they fell off.
Cool.
And that's it. And that sounds just like the Jason Garrett kind of fucking way. Like they're right on the hinge. They're gonna get there, and then fucking slipped and fell on my fucking face. Jason Garrett, clapping hands. You feel me? Like, hold up, I got something to play. Yeah, soon enough. Gifton, what is the next one? You actually put this one with Colin Sexton, huh?
Ooh, yeah. See, okay. So here's the thing about Colin Sexton, right? So Colin Sexton is seeking a max contract, but Jared Allen is also kind of seeking a max contract, and it's tough because the salary cap because they have Kevin Love still on there with his contract. So it's like, damn, you kind of. It's kind of like, pick your poison. Who do you want to keep? You want to keep Jared Allen or do you want to keep, Colin Sexton? And it's honestly kind of surprising to me that Colin Sexton and Darius Garland are Garland.
Yeah.
Garland or Garland?
You can say it.
Whatever.
Garland, just Garland.
It did Garland. Anyway, it's kind of weird that like those two didn't work out because to me it kind of seems like it does because
they're way too undersized.
So are Dame and CJ, but look at them.
No. But okay, Dame.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know.
And
Dame's different.
I would
but
put Colin Sexton under not necessarily CJ McCollum role like as a player, and
why not?
also, well, not just yet because CJ's an all-star. You know what I mean? Like CJ's on a different pedestal. He's still an all-star, and Colin Sexton. Do I think he has potential to be an all-star? Yes, but like what I'm saying is that you can't like CJ McCollum is definitely a better player.
Yeah,
like all the way around. So that's why I'm saying like he's just a step below because he could provide the same offensive type of consistency for the Cavs team or any other team, and he can have potential even higher than CJ McCollum if he can really. Because I think that he can score a little bit better than CJ once he gets a rhythm going. He's got a dog in him. I know that CJ's a dog, but. Like it comes in it comes in like little squirts of like coming out and
because it's like
spurts.
when you need CJ to be a dog, he's very passive.
You gotta let Damian have a lot of the say. You know what I mean? Like look at this guy.
Yeah,
he's
but at the same time, it's like CJ, it'd be nice if you got like 40.
He's done that
for
before.
Like 2 games.
He's done that before. He's done it against the Nuggets. You know that he could be a great number 2 for a team. It's just not going to be championships wise there. So we mentioned though, Colin Sexton wants to max. Jared Allen wants to max, and then you also have Darius Garland that you have to pick from this. Isaac Okoro can be in the future here. Me looking at it as a GM, I would have to keep Sexton. Right.
That's what I was thinking.
I feel like he has again. You look at Trae Young.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way that he's handling himself.
Right.
Look at the way that he has that dog in him as well. Like he not only can spit it out, but he's really like embracing it. I feel like Colin Sexton really takes on that type of role. He has that mentality.
100%.
Now, when it comes to his performance, sometimes it can take over him, and it can be the downfall of him as well because he can. Shoot them out the building, themselves out the building.
Right.
So, for Colin, he's very young. He's still growing. The way that he is able to, produce in the clutch and bring a team that has no way of kind of being inside of a game over the edge sometimes.
Because, there is no ceiling in Cleveland, so it's kind of like... So
now imagine a team, him on a team of relevancy. I'm tired of this fucking thing that people are too small now. Like for me, I was on that too because you eventually you're gonna get taken advantage of on defense. Like even Steph Curry gets taken advantage of on defense, even offense too, because people once they get double team, he's not that big to not necessarily even to see. You're right, but even to get over it, push through that double team and stuff. So he really has to run, which he's been able to do. But I'm tired of this thing where somebody's too small. I'm a fan of having people on both ends, but Colin Sexton, I feel like, and I've been a fan of him for a long time, that he can go ahead and be at least the number 2 on a team scoring wise, but they need a better all-productive team, all-productive player like going forward. So max dollars, if I'm the GM, I'm the owner, no.
Ooh.
But Jared Allen, on the other hand, who do you think is better, Jared Allen or Clint Capella? Who do you like? Just take that as a comparison.
You be dead ass honest.
Yeah,
Clint Capella.
Clint Capella's way
better.
He's amazing.
Way better.
But do you take a second look at it? Does it make you double take? Like,
no.
Is he really
still taking Clint?
Yeah, I'm taking Clint hella.
Still taking Clint.
Jared Allen also hasn't gotten the same type of play as a Clint Capella though too, and he's performed the same as Clint Capella in smaller splurges. So I don't know, man. If he's given a better role, can they really? But the thing is, in my opinion,
but
let me just cap this off.
Okay, go.
They both been part of a losing culture. Maybe they just need new starts somewhere else.
Right.
You gotta get a new.
Because
start.
look at KPJ.
You don't know how to win
In Houston.
Yep.
Look at him. 50 points. He's going to be a cornerstone of the offense. I mean, yeah, he kind of.
But he contributes to winning in the right ways.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right. He contributes to winning in the right ways. So here's the thing about Jared Allen and Clint Capella. They're both the exact same players. They're both dudes that you cannot run the offense through. They're just sit in the dunker spot. If we come your way, we come your way. You might only get 5 touches a game. You're really here to just get rebounds and block shots, which is like, it's cool. But if I'm the GM, I think I'd honestly keep Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
Because
it's a guards league.
It's a guards league, right? And you can fucking pick up a dude off the street and put him in the dunker spot, bro. It's not that hard.
Okay.
You're literally just sitting there waiting.
I feel like you would want a younger guy anyway, because you would want a center that would be able to run it up and down the floor all damn game.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna run your offense through a center, it's not Jared Allen nor Colin Sexton.
Okay, so I get.
I mean, whoa, my bad. Nor Clint Capella, not Colin Sexton.
Okay, I get you, man. And so when it comes to Colin Sexton, and if you're the Cavs, for me, I'm not doing that. But I have two other guards that I literally just invested 2 first-round picks in. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and just work with them because yes, Colin Sexton is a very valuable asset, but I can trade him out and get hopefully something back in return that can build around this team. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? You got to build from within and then bring somebody in after that wants to be there. Especially for Cavs.
It's Cleveland.
What else choice do you have?
Who the fuck is going to take him?
I don't know. Let's get on to the next one, though. The Heat get swept by the Bucks. Now, let me just have my little soliloquy here.
Go ahead. It's all on me. Camera's on you, buddy.
The Miami Heat sucked all year. Let me take off my glasses for this because I know that when I look at the camera, there's a glare right there.
Oh, shit.
The Miami Heat have sucked all year. The Miami Heat are not bubble frauds. Jimmy Butler is not a bubble fraud. Jimmy Butler needs to develop a shooting game. Last year in the playoffs, he was able to shoot, and that was kind of an anomaly. I think that's how you say that fucking word.
Anomaly.
It's once in a lifetime type thing. And I thought that it was going to be one of those things like he said, oh, I'm stupid ready for these playoffs. Oh, like, let's just get to the playoffs, and I'll take care of the rest. Because I'm Jimmy Butler, and I shoot in the playoffs, but nothing else like the regular season. But yet you shoot 25%. Let's just not put it against you. Let's think about Bam Adebayo, who wasn't able to be that force that Jimmy wanted the whole entire time, right? His attitude, Tyler Hero's attitude. He has 2 R's. Sometimes I call him Hero.
He played like heroin.
He played like ass. And so let's think about those 3 guys. Those are our main guys, right? Like, that's the main trio. And Bam didn't perform. He wasn't the playmaker that I wanted him to be. Instead of just being the guy that's trying to score, like, that's not his thing. He's developed a mid-range shot that can make him into a deadly guy if he knows how to pass first. And that just gives another awesome playmaking. And they were trying to force, like, Goran Dragic and Tyler Hero and Trevor Ariza to do a lot of the playmaking and handoffs and stuff. And it's just like, that's not their deal. Like Kelly Olynyk would have done a better job in the role than Trevor Ariza did. I want to be completely honest with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, Kelly's bigger than Trevor.
Yeah, well, not just that, but he's better consistently on offense, and we needed that shit.
Very consistent on offense.
So we traded away the people that we needed because the people that we got didn't work out at all, and then Victor Oladipo, like, of course, didn't work out, and we talked about that already, and he was a big hit. But in the offense, this is what we need to do next year because that's it. We got swept. We can't say anything else. Like, this is a failed fucking season.
Yep.
But the way to get better is Jimmy. You talk about being in damn fucking like gym all day, and this is why I'm hard on him because he's hard on everybody else, and he likes this type of criticism because this is my team. Like, I love this team. I'm a pro player. I'm not gonna talk shit about nobody and blame it on nobody. It's a team effort. We lost as a fucking team, and it shows in the stats.
Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Robbie, you were going off on your soliloquy about the Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat need Jimmy Butler, he's talking about he's dribbling all the fucking time and showing off his fucking. I'm in the gym. All right, you need to develop a 3-point shot.
Oh yeah,
and then you deserve a max contract. You need to develop an outside shot, and then you deserve that contract until you're 36. Because that's the only way that you're going to be relevant at the age of 36 is if you have a jump shot. Because you're not going to be able to. You didn't have any stamina at the end of the fucking game because you're taking it in the whole time, and it's against Giannis because they're putting him on you, and he's big as fuck. You're able to bully him beforehand because of all the extra people that you had, but this year, like, it was just a lot for the Heat, who also made it far too. You know, the Lakers had a lot of stuff. Like, let's think about the Heat in that way too. But now, also, let's get on to Tyler Hero. Tyler, I know you're young.
Get him.
You gotta beef up.
Get him.
No, I'm not getting on him like that. You gotta beef up, and you gotta live up to that attitude that you do have. These guys, each one of them, have the same attitude, same personality, all this kind of bullshit, right? That when they're winning, it's great and it's awesome because everything that they fucking do, the little snarls, the way that they like hold themselves and put them out. We're Miami Heat, we're Vice City type shit, homie.
Hey, white boy summer.
And then what? When it's all down and out, everybody's a dick. Now, oh, it was so funny. Oh, this is our culture now. Nah, bro, because now everybody's on each other, talking shit to each other, and now we're all down about it. It was the worst to watch. Just the attitude of this team, the way that we held each other not necessarily accountable as well, and then throughout the whole entire season, everybody's like talking like little shit to each other, and it's fun to have. It's fun to have that type of atmosphere, like, while you're winning. But when you're losing, how does this locker room go?
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
And it did not go well at all. And even the people that were producing randomly in the regular season, they didn't even put them inside the game. They're like, nope, we're going to stick to our guns and we're going to stick to these people because these are the championship squads. I don't know if that's a Pat Riley thing, like, I got these position players. You better play them.
That is a Pat Riley's thing because look back
I feel like
the
Spoelstra,
70s and the 80s, bro. Like they were like bro.
I feel like Spoelstra would have put at least Strus in for a little bit, but he never put him in at all.
Right. But what the fuck was I gonna say? Look back to when Michael Jordan was on the Bulls. Like Mike was like, "Hey, I'm rocking with these guys, and we're gonna get this shit done with these guys." So, like, Pat Riley, of course, is going to have the same mentality. Like, hey, we're going to get it done with Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler Hero. Instead of, switching the offense up a little bit, kind of like giving like little spurts and shit
Trevor
like that.
Ariza.
Right, they traded for Trevor Ariza, which wasn't a smart decision.
No, it's a good name. It's a nice piece. I think that he has a good IQ. I think that he provided a little bit, but it wasn't necessary to get rid of Kelly Olynyk for Trevor Ariza.
No, because you lose another big.
You lost size, you lost offense. A lot of different things, especially
you lost a consistent 20 points a night. Thanks, Robbie.
You've been on the Heat for a long time. You already know the culture. You know the system. We needed that, especially when that offense couldn't do fucking shit. And overall, again, I think Spoelstra is a better coach than this, and he shouldn't have got swept. I think it was the first time ever in his career that he got swept in his playoff series, and
really,
very, very disappointed.
Oh,
yeah, why are you getting swept? Bro, we almost won the first fucking game and then it ended up being like that. I literally thought if we won the first game, it would have been a wrap because the attitude in the locker room would have changed. But the attitude in the locker room, of course, is the way that it is because that's the Heat culture. We're all badasses. We can all take it, right? But when they were losing and we all look like shit and we have a youngster in the fucking on the team that's going to get way more down on himself and not even take any fucking shots and not even get play time at the end. We could have traded James Harden for him. Like, could have traded for James Harden.
Man, I'm glad we didn't do that, bro.
I'm so disappointed. I'm just very disappointed. Do I still have belief in Tyler Hero? Yes. I'm just very disappointed within this Heat team, and we need to get better next year and, like, significantly better development-wise. If you want that max contract and you're getting paid $50 million at 36, Jimmy, you better be hitting three-point shots. At least at a 38, 39% clip. Come on, dog. Come on. All right, next one we'll get in.
Woo!
You wanted to talk about what?
Jay Cutler recently said, I don't remember what it's from. I should have read that part, but hey, whatever. Jay Cutler said he would rather play Andy Dalton and sit Justin Fields, and I quote, say, watch Andy Dalton pull along the ship.
Why
the fuck do you want Andy Dalton to pull along your ship?
Well, okay, so first
Why the
of all,
fuck do you want Andy
first of
Dalton
all,
to pull along your ship?
It's NFL culture to play the guy that you chose to be the leader of the team for the next year, right? Because think about it this way. You don't want especially in football. Nobody wants distractions in football. They don't want every week that, oh, who's your quarterback? Oh, who's this? Oh, they don't want no distractions. They just want to focus on the fucking football game. So they're just going to stick to Andy Dalton like they should. And then they're going to go ahead once they're given the chance, because Andy Dalton also got concussions a lot of the years in the past. So he might just get injured very easily in one of these games. We're not hoping for that, of course. But he's a 2-interception half of becoming a backup role. So in the NFL, it's very quick. And I'm not saying listen to Jay Cutler, because who the fuck? I always give shit about Rudy Gobert and people wearing Rudy Gobert jerseys. Who the fuck's going to listen to Jay Cutler? Like, little lazy sloth looking ass. Like, no. Don't listen to Jay Cutler on anything. I don't know. For me, what I'm going to do is evaluate who has the best talent. That's why there's OTAs. That's why there's off-season programs. That's why there's a preseason as well. And then make your decision after. Fair game for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, Justin Fields, is he going to produce like that? We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens.
Because I don't know why he kept dropping these, because he's black. Lamar Jackson, 32nd pick, dog. He's MVP. And he produced a Louisville team. I'm being dead serious. Black quarterbacks. Yep.
He just.
And look at Jameis Winston. He's not a great first overall pick black quarterback, and people use that against everybody else. Same thing with Robert Griffin III.
Robert Griffin III was different though, because he kept
injured.
he kept having.
But he only the best part about him is that he can run.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he can throw.
Yeah.
And then Lamar Jackson, he can throw, but he don't got receivers, and people keep saying, "Oh, you can't throw." Like, he can throw,
exactly.
But he can't. He's just not that crazy accurate,
right.
But he can throw. So, what's your thing? You brought this one up.
So my thing about one, like you said, who the fuck cares what Jay Cutler has to say, honestly? And then two, if you traded up for him, why the fuck would you sit him?
Mm. I mean,
they traded up to get to the 11th pick for him.
They traded it up. I know it was Alex Smith at the helm for the Kansas City Chiefs, but they traded up for Patrick Mahomes, and they had him sit the whole first year. Again, I'm telling you, and it's not even necessarily that the guy's better, but you got to know how to fucking run an organization. That's why you're getting paid millions of dollars to be a head coach, be GM, be an owner of a fucking, or be an owner. You don't get paid to be an owner, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
I mean, you kind of do, but all right.
You have, basically overall after years and years, but you have to have an understanding of how to run an organization. I'm sure these head coaches have some sort of understanding of how to do that shit. And then you bring up Justin Fields, like, it's good talent. You trade up, so you must have seen something.
Right.
We'll see what happens. And again, don't listen to Jay Cutler's ass. Just do what you need to fucking do and then get it done. Yeah. In my opinion, Andy Dalton just had a backup role. Who the fuck cares if he has a backup role going into the next season?
Why are you gonna start Andy Dalton? That's my honestly whole thing with this shit. Why fucking Andy Dalton?
Because the other guy's not ready.
Throw his ass in there.
Why would you throw his ass in there so that he can have less confidence because he had terrible games?
That's the league.
No, that's not.
That's the league, bro. Sink or swim. You only have so many chances in football. It's not like basketball. You can bounce around from team to team to team in basketball and still get paid the same. But in football, you only really got like 2 chances.
So you want to waste his chances on throwing him in too early. You just want to throw him in. You're dumb.
Yes.
You're dumb. You're stupid with your investment, dude. You're really throwing him out there and taking the biggest risk.
I didn't trade up for him for no reason.
No, throw Andy Dalton out there because you're not because
bro, Andy Dalton's just a fucking sack of potatoes at this point. I hate to say it, but I mean he's just a sack of potatoes at this point. Like fuck it, who cares?
He's not a sack of potatoes, dude.
He is.
He literally, bro. Like the Cowboys just sucked last year.
The Cowboys just sucked last year, but I mean, you want Andy Dalton at the fucking helm of your ship? Really?
Not
Andy,
last year.
would you rather have Andy Dalton or Derek Carr?
Bro, they're not expecting to do anything.
Would you rather have Andy Dalton or Derek Carr?
Who gives a shit about, what are you talking about? You're literally talking about you want to put a guy at a backup and then you're a guy that you praise? Yeah, of course I picked Derek Carr, but I still don't want him on my team because he's fucking ass. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't care that my starter is ass. What I'm saying is that going forward, is this the best decision on developing Justin Fields? If he's ready, yes. If he's not, why am I going to throw him out to the Sharks already? Because once Andy Dalton...
Because he's going to be out there with the Sharks eventually.
So you rather him get hurt because you have a terrible offensive line than Andy Dalton to get hurt first and then understand that you need to protect your quarterback and then do a whole like Tua type of situation where you're just throwing for completions and running the ball all these time.
If I know I have a quarterback that is susceptible to getting hurt like that, that's my fault. Because I could have picked anybody else, but I got him. A fucking sack of potatoes. So, yeah, I would rather play Justin Fields over Andy Dalton.
All right. Well, I mean, again, I haven't seen his performances on the field or nothing like that, so that's totally different when it comes to, like, the start of the season. Maybe he's already ready and he has an impressive preseason. But before that happens, I'm not claiming one or the other to really start. But if I have to pick one right now, I would do Andy Dalton because I'm not going to have any media attention on it. I'm going to throw in the other guy when he's ready, and then the other guy can fuck up and make the other guy look better once he comes in and doesn't throw 2 picks in one half. It's better to have that than to have not the other way. So I think that's the end of the episode, though.
Damn, already?
Episode 52. It was a longer one.
Yeah, it was long.
It was a long one.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up, Gifton. Go ahead and do your shit, man.
As always, man, if you like this show, go ahead and shatter that like button. Bust down those comments. Follow us on TikTok, bitch, because we're fucking everywhere.
Subscribe if you're new to YouTube. We're on every podcast, like little platform there. But as always, Gifton, episode 52. It feels great. We're gonna keep trucking, and as always, right?
Support you.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.
Shout out to the new subscribers too.